Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're on the home side of Instagram Live. And welcome, everybody. This will be a lot more straightforward, but thought we'd go online, answer some questions. So go ahead, see who's here. We can join. If you want to join me, we can go live together. Go ahead, just give me your questions. Hey, Alex, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Give me your questions as well. Hey, Jakey Bake, say hi to Bubby for me. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see who wants to go live with me real quick. And get everyone. Here we go. See if we can get everybody joined in. Waiting for the hustle on. There we go. All
Hey,
right.
Dave.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Just taking care of stuff and want to see what question you had for me so I can help.
So my question is for you. How if you're starting off in network marketing, how do you build a team around you? How do I get people involved in the company that I believe in?
That's a great question. So the first step is to indicate your values, right? And when you get very clear on your personal experiential giving and receiving values, so for mine, they all started with this matrix that I formed, gratitude, forgiveness,
Yeah.
accountability, and inspiration,
Right.
and then utilizing different tools beyond that. But I started to gravitate people with my ideas
Right.
and allow them to ask me to join the party.
Right.
If you don't have the financial ability to go ahead and hire people, then it's going
Right.
to be you and your ideas that attract them to you and
Right.
allow them to assist you in what you're doing. And this collective consciousness is a compound interest. I hate to use this virus as an example, but the viruses don't just work negative, right?
Right.
Serotonin, in my opinion, is the best virus there is, meaning happiness, right? Serotonin, when you give to people an opportunity, serotonin is released in your brain. When they receive the
Absolutely.
opportunity, it's in theirs. And people who witness it, that's why we're doing these lives, serotonin is
Absolutely.
released. So happiness goes viral too. So I would say sit down today, every day, 10 minutes, just think about truly that your network marketing company, how you're going to build it on values, and then share your content, your frequency to everyone. And slowly but surely, one person will get two people, will get four people, will get eight people. And as the revenue is generated, you start paying the people that produce the most
Okay.
and are most accessible and most gracious. So for me,
Okay.
it's a direct downstream of that. Does that sound fair?
Absolutely. Can I ask you one more question before you go?
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
how do I get people engaged in this? Why?
I'm sorry.
How do I get people involved in my like Instagram posts and like my feed, like my live, like what we're doing right now? How do I get them engaged?
Two things. Everybody out there, quality content, right? You got
Hmm.
to produce quality content consistently. When you
Okay.
put out quality content consistently, people will know the strength of your signal, the spectrum of your signal, and the clarity of your message. There's 4.2 billion people that you can attract. And if you put
Okay.
out quality content, you'll attract those people that are tuned into your channel. It's just like a radio. They'll be tuned into your station. The more consistent you are, the more people have the opportunity to be reminded because of the way our body, mind, and soul work together. The consistency is what allows the distribution of those great ideas. All right?
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, man. Put out those quality content. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining
All
me.
right. Thank you.
All right. All right. So I think that's something that people talk about all the time is, how does it work and build? You've got to go ahead and detach your emotions from the outcome. Quality content, though, that is representative of you. So keep that quality content representative of you and distribute that consistently, and you'll be able to do it. Let's see, we got a question posted. Go ahead, post your questions. Are you well? Um, how are you, man? Thanks for doing what you do. All right, we got a good comment in there. Thank you very much. We'll see who else wants to join me and figuring out. Hi, Gemma. Good to see you. Let's see here. See who else wants to join. Go ahead, post your questions for me, and we'll get this going. Priceless. How are you, Kim? Great to see you.
David,
There we go. Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you? It's Andre
Uh,
Samuels from New Jersey, coming live from New Jersey. How you doing?
Good, good. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Good. My question is to you, man. I think this whole crisis is much bigger than what people think it is. What's your thoughts coming out of this crisis pertaining to business? What's the
Yeah.
effect that it's going to have on the American people?
So it money doesn't disappear, right? It just stops moving. And so I'm trying to get the better internet. I'm moving, but money doesn't disappear;
Right.
it stops moving. So when money stops moving, look historically what happens in an economy when money stops moving, right?
Mm,
What areas of the economy fall? What areas of the economy rise? And the best way to do that is to look at the top 50 stocks right now that are performing and look for the independent and dependent variables of those stocks. So as you look at that, look and see, okay, this is what uh, is performing. And when you see those details of why they're performing, then look at the 50 stocks that tanked. Then you're going
right.
to realize what are the indicators of those, because a lot of those are going to rise back up. You know, anything with casinos and gambling, anything in the airlines, historically, they go up. And then look and see which stocks are consistent. Um,
Okay.
and if you take the top 50 of all three of those, you'll get a key indication what's going to happen to our economy. You're going to get key. So remember, study history, because human nature never changes. If we know
Right.
human nature, we'll know the effect of what happens when the money starts moving again. Right now, the biggest problem isn't money's disappearing, it's stopped moving. Right? You can only take so much out of banks. People aren't working, people aren't getting paid, therefore they're not buying things, right? It's just money
Right.
stopped moving. So the key indicator for me, and I've been through this in 97, 2001, 2008, is I've learned to, make things simple. Even through good times, I'm always asking the people with expertise, the Warren Buffetts of the world, the key real estate guys for 35 years, and say, hey, man, give me a call when things are overbought and give me a call when things are oversold. Well, the same thing, the stock market is a key indicator of when what's being overbought and oversold and what's staying the same. If you take this approach, you will do extremely well when the money starts moving. Does that sound
Right.
fair?
It sounds fair. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Well, that's an extraordinary question. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye bye.
All right, take care. All right, that was a really good one. I'm sure that everybody was curious about. Let's go ahead and we got some questions coming on. What type of organization and where, how to find them easily? Uh, what type of organizations and where and how to find them easily? I'm not sure what's that in context to. So if you can go ahead and let me know what it does. Um, thank you so much. I'll try to, I mean, if you're trying to find an organization, the best place to find them is just Google it. There we go. I'm trying to find some. We're live already. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, everybody. Let's get another question here and then I'll go live with someone. Best way to attract the affluent market when marketing a service? That's a great question. So, how do you, and it's not just the affluent market, it's any spectrum with the 4.2 billion people that are out there. And so there's 4.2 billion people. How do you specifically market to that audience? Number one, you have to know your frequency. You have to know what are the independent and dependent variables. What are the key characteristics that emotionally attach to people in that spectrum? For example, in this, it's affluent people, high net wealth individuals. So, for example, I know one of the key indicators that most people don't think of for high net wealth individuals is most high net wealth individuals have kids in college um, without any financial aid. So, if you reverse engineer that and market to parents of kids who go to college without any financial aid, there's an interesting way that most people want to attack or market to the high net wealth individuals. You can do it through what high net individuals buy, obviously, or what types of things they love, like classical music or private jets, or different areas that they go to visit, different hospitality, different events, charitable events, corporate events, sporting events. There's all types of ways that you can market specifically to a spectrum, but don't just put in rich people, right? Go ahead and think through it. Think what they do, how they do it, and why they do it, and you'll be able to connect emotionally. And people buy on emotion for logical reasons. That's a really good question. Let's go live with. They're lining up here with some more people. on here. Let's see. Thank you so much, everyone here. Will the price of real estate go down? Yes, it will go down. Uh, I'll answer that. Housing interest rate went up.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, man, what's going on?
Good. How are you?
Good. Can I borrow some of that hair?
Oh yeah. Take it back, man.
Sweet.
How you
What's the
doing today?
question, my brother? Hey, good, Luke. What's the question?
My question is, I just started making inspirational videos around Christmas time. I had a mindset change, and just how do you just reach more people to inspire people to just become the best version of themselves? Because I just try to inspire people and just peace and love. That's what I just love right now.
Oh, dude, that's a great mission. And do it in four ways, right? Do it in person and capture as much as what you do in person as possible, modify it, amplify it, and perpetuate it. Do it on the phone. Capture as much as you can on the phone, modify it, amplify it, and perpetuate it. Do it via email and then transcribe it and go ahead and post it. In other words, capture it, modify, amplify, and perpetuate it. And then, of course, like I said earlier, to everyone, if you're creating that quality content consistently, you're going to attract more people with that vibe that you have, that awareness that you have. And, that's why I have so many different editors of my content, because everyone sees something different, right? I
Yeah.
can give everyone the same video and somebody could edit it in only, 75-year-old, middle age, I mean, 75-year-old men would
Yeah.
understand it. In other videos, 14-year-old kids will. So make sure that you're giving it as many eyes as you can in person, on the phone, via email, and of course, quality content consistently. You keep up the good work. Remember, inspiration is a practice. And so the younger you are, the bigger advantage you have to practice inspiration and get better and better and better, to allow and clear the connection to that which you feel. Why you had that mindset change is that you've cleared some sort of corrosion or interference to that superpower of light, love, and lessons that you have. And now you want to allow it to come through you to expand so that you can do the same for others. You become that point of inspiration.
Thank you so
That
much, man. Thank you so
you
much.
got
I
it.
appreciate you taking time out of your day.
Yeah, anytime, man. I look forward to seeing you, and thank you so much for following me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. You'll definitely see me
Yeah,
soon. Check.
right on, Luke. Sorry to cut you off. Hey, inspiration is a practice, that's for sure. How can I get clients of marketing in this pandemic? Look, there, money doesn't disappear. Look, if you are, if you must be what you can be, if you are focused, if you pay attention and give it intention, these coincidences will happen. There's people dying to do business right now. They're sitting at home, sitting at an empty office, and instead of you focusing in on the void shortages and obstacles, or getting more void shortages and obstacles, if you look to the opportunity. I have a friend, she got laid off, and immediately went into a spiral of deciding, what obstacles, void shortages, interference, and corrosion there was. And then all of a sudden started shifting her mindset and figuring, what opportunities exist right now? What a great opportunity. Look, one of the opportunities that you have right now is to figure out, using my, for example, stock market tip, figuring out how you can make money now, how you can save money now, how you can make money on the other side of this, and how you're going to save money in the future for when something like this happens again, so you can take advantage of things that are oversold. And this type of mathematical equation will go on and on and on in the continuum of human nature. Go ahead and study history. The pendulum swings back and forth. It doesn't, I was prepared for 2020, not that I was prepared for a virus, but I was just prepared for a downturn. When you hear on the news that the market is up in sustained growth in the longest period for the history of the world, you gotta, if you study human nature, know what's coming. So you better save some money to take advantage of when it gets oversold, because we were overbought. And it wasn't this, it would have been something else that put us into this spiral. So look to see how you can make money now, save money now, and make money and save money in the future. This is not rocket science. Moreover, one of the places that you can make money isn't just opportunity to buy and sell things. One of the opportunities is time. Sometimes we don't have the time to look at time. And so I'm utilizing this time frame in order to study time. Every 4 minutes that you can save a day is going to be 3 days of productivity, 24 hours a year. Every 4 minutes that you can figure out how you can save in a day will be 3 full days, 8-hour days, 24 hours of productivity a year. And that will continue for your lifetime. So if every day your only goal, every day, if your only goal when you woke up this morning was, I'm going to figure out how I can save 4 minutes a day by making sure I don't lose things. Oops, there's 80 hours a year, because on average, people waste 80 hours a year trying to find stuff. I'm going to brush my teeth, floss my teeth, and wash my mouth out faster. I'm going to take a shower faster. I'm going to lay out my clothes. I'm going to clean the garage so things are organized there because I waste, that much time. Every place that you can save 4 minutes a day becomes 3 full days of productivity. So if your only goal during this period and you did nothing else but save 4 minutes a day and figure out that during the day and however long that would take you, imagine what that would do for the rest of your life. These are the type of things that we need to focus in on, the opportunities that exist because we now have time with a different lens that we're looking at things. Our perspective was changed overnight, and now we have to utilize that perspective to make money now, save money now, make money in the future, save money in the future, save time now so we have time for the future. That simple. All right. Anyway, the questions are blowing up here. Let's get to some. Best way to inspire older people if you're a young leader. Age does not matter. Right? Age does not matter. So it's your frequency. And some old people will be on your frequency and some old people won't be on your frequency. But you just have to be consistent about who you are. This is the idea of what being organic and credible is that you don't want people to like you for who you're not. Right? You want people to love you for who you are. They can hate you for you're not. I mean, who you are, it doesn't matter. There's 4.2 billion people. If 4 billion people hate you and 0.2 billion people love you and will do anything for you, you'll never have to work again. So just focus in on within, and whether they're old, young, middle-aged, people that resonate with your frequency will be attracted to you, and you'll be able to inspire them. Inspire one person at a time. As everyone knows, my mission is to impact over 1 billion people over my lifetime, but it's simply by impacting over 1,000 people in my lifetime. To impact 1,000 people, to impact 1,000 people, 1,000 times 1,000 is a million, a million times 1,000 is a billion. So I'm not looking for 6 million followers. I'm looking for ambassadors, people like you guys that are on here right now that are willing to learn how to inspire others to inspire others. And you can do that. People are asking, can they send me merchandise? Look, man, if it's free, it's me. Go ahead, send it over. My business address is 9900 Research Drive, Irvine, California, 92618. If it's free, it's me. We'll pass it on. Where are the biggest gains going to be made during this tragic problem? Dennis, great question. The biggest gains, the way that I'm finding the biggest gains in this challenge is simply, I look at the basics, right? I look at people that are in the industry for more than 30 years and ask them what I should look for that is being oversold. I look to the stock market to see what's oversold, and then I look for those opportunities. The easiest way to make money through this will be to buy and sell. And if you buy things that are always going up historically, that have been oversold, that's the easiest way to make money here. That's a really good question, and I think everybody has that question. It keeps on coming up. How do you avoid getting emotionally attached to your team when recruits come and go? Oh, man. Anyway, it's okay to be emotionally attached to anyone, let alone your team members. And you have to be able to separate the emotional attachment, the family feeling, etc., with the fact that if you don't stay in business, that it is a business and that everybody has to, it's their accountability to create more value than you're paying them. And that's true whether you're on a team, a league, an organization, or in a business. It doesn't matter. Any entity that revolves around, a charity even, revolves around raising or making money, you have to provide more value than you're asking for. And determined upon the situation that occurs, if you're not, you're gone. You're gone. And that has nothing to do, because the truth is most people, they'll tell you they love you and this is family and thank you when they're on your team. They'll tell the owner of a team, they'll tell the owner of a business, and then all of a sudden someone offers you twice as much money. Bye bye. And guess what? Usually the owner, unlike the employees or unlike the player, they're super happy for you because you're making more money. But we go to blame, shame, and justification and forget that this is a business. And if the business goes out of business, not only are you out of a job, but everybody's out of a job. And if everybody goes out of business, we're in big trouble. So be realistic, separate your emotions from business, understand that you should be looking within to provide value, not only for you, but your clients, more value than you're asking for. That simple. Let's go live with somebody. Appreciate everybody coming on here. Thank you so much. Let's look here. We got the self-improvement podcast. These answers are great. Thank you for answering. You're welcome. Thank you, everyone. The kosher coupon later. You got to hook up with Jakey Bakey. Hey.
What's up, David? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for joining me. You got a question?
Of course. Yeah, I do. Yeah. So last time I saw you, you actually were kind of going through one of your thoughts, and I could tell you're starting to go off track. And then you said the word cancel. And I just want to be reminded of kind of when you say cancel, kind of what that means. And yeah, just remind me of that because it's really interesting.
It's funny. So yeah, cancel is a conscious directive, and meaning that what we think, say, and do can be canceled out. That's the input. We utilize our ineffective and inaccurate senses, what we smell, hear, taste, and see, in touch. We use those inaccurate senses to inform our subconscious of what we want to regenerate, which then creates a frequency to our unconscious. So what I like to do when I go astray, and usually it's in attacking thoughts, in an ego-based emotion of fear, anxiety, some sort of negativity, separation, inferiority, superiority, resentment, offense, guilt. If I start feeling one of those things when I'm talking, sometimes out loud, as you've witnessed, I'm like, cancel. You know, it was so funny because my 9-year-old the other day, I said something sarcastically about my 3 teenage daughters because, you know, I will guarantee you one thing. If you look at all the saints in history, you know, I'm a history buff. You know, I study history for human nature. There's not one saint in history that had 3 daughters and had to be quarantined with them. There's no way. So I've been canceling a lot lately, but everybody out there, we want to make a practice of canceling negative thoughts, negative actions, and negative words so that we're not inputting those into our subconscious. If they keep reoccurring, then you can use clear to clear your subconscious. So those are great ways in order to truly practice being positive. And it's practice the continuum of putting the right ideas inside your head so that eventually they become unconscious competencies of yours, and they're sending out a stronger frequency to attract more in your life. Does that make sense?
Totally. Yeah. So it's an intentional pattern interrupt, basically. Like you just have it set up front. It's a pattern interrupt, and boom, this is a reroute that I'm going to take, and let me flood the brain with positive messaging. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I appreciate that.
Yeah. It's like if you have a bad shot. Yeah, you too. It's like if you have a bad shot in golf, you know, you're not going to do the same swing again. So you want to cancel it, reset. That's what canceling does for you. So that's awesome. Hey, Joseph, thank you so much. Justin, Dave, and Jakey, everybody loves Joseph over there. Thank you very, very much. JP, good to see you. If anybody doesn't know the J Stone, you heard of D-Rock before? I got my own J Stone. If you are appreciating the content, it's all been driven, created, and inspired by J Stone, Justin Pugh, not the football player, but the real man. J Stone, thank you for coming on. Thank you for all you do for me, and I appreciate you. How do I build urgency without sounding desperate in times like this? I keep on getting you, Josie. Sorry about that. So there's no urgency that you want to create, right? What we want to create is a compelling event, which is different than urgency. Urgency has too much of a overselling, back-end selling, manipulating type of connotation. People even lie and cheat people to create an urgency. We just want to create and compel people through value. And so the way that I compel value is to ask a series of questions of how we can provide value, a series of questions, open-ended questions about how you doing today, what are you doing today, give me a little more, and then leading questions to some of the services and values. Would it help you if I was able to get you, you know, a respirator? Would it help you if I was able to give you a drive here? If I help you, if I could get you some toilet paper? Would it help you, right? And then on the other side, ask a series of questions, how you can be helped. And those are the two things that create compelling events in order to effectuate. Let's see here, going live, looking here, and we'll go ahead and join here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I know we're running through this. Got a few more minutes, take a few more. There we go. Hi.
David, what's up? How we doing?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sitting here in Amarillo, Texas. I should be getting ready for a baseball season to begin on April 9th right now, but we're a little bit delayed, but that's okay. We're we'll have a season a little bit later.
Yeah, it'll just be a pent up interest for what's already a long season anyway. And I'm gonna come down and join you in the booth. It's a dream of mine. I'm bringing my 9-year-old because I'm gonna let him in the booth. He's gonna start his career, and you're gonna mentor him because he's gonna be a great announcer someday.
All right, sounds good. I'm down for it. So when we start playing this summer, I can't wait for it. My question is this. I mean, it's obviously a really, in a lot of ways, weird time right now for everybody. I mean, I'm sitting here in my apartment for the most part. After we got the news, from my perspective, about sports kind of being halted, baseball season being halted for the moment. I was bummed, and really felt that deep down, a sense of anxiety that I really haven't had before. And I realized kind of over the first couple of days after everything was going on, how important it would be for me to keep that routine, to like you always talk about, vibrate at a certain frequency and find that every morning when I wake up. And you talk a lot about that, about meditation and vibrating at that frequency when you start your day. So just from the mental perspective, from the vibration perspective, during this time where we're all within these really close quarters, life is so different than it usually is. How do you make sure you wake up and you're vibrating at that frequency every morning? It's such a different time than normal.
That's a great question. So number one, routine is essential. And I've been blessed because I travel so much that I created an adaptable routine in my life.
Right.
Always. So when I'm at home, normally it's a normal routine, but an adaptable routine is by value. So a minimum of an hour a day on my health. That includes what you're talking about, making sure that I have the highest frequency. So what I do, start my day finding the highest frequency. Now, I use meditation, but that doesn't mean you can't use walking the dog, going to swim in the backyard, stretching, eating breakfast with a coffee by yourself. But what the main purpose is focusing in on one thing, finding your highest vibration so you have a baseline for the day, so that when the world is happening around you and you turn on the news, or your friend posts something, or whatever indications of outside sources of fear, anxiety, frustration, angst, whatever it is, you're not affected, because your immediate simple effect in your life is, I have found my highest frequency today at the beginning of my day. And whenever I'm off of the higher frequency, I'm going to stop, drop, and roll back to the higher frequency before I react, before I accelerate in the wrong direction, before I lower my frequency, lower my awareness,
Right.
and end the day at a low point. Instead, I'm consistently at a high point, and then hopefully my conscious and subconscious and unconscious, while I sleep, puts me to even a greater capability to have a higher vibration. Because remember, you can only be aware of that which vibrates equal to or less than you. So if you can raise your vibration, you can see things differently. A lot of people ask me, well, how do you know about these 50 stock things? And how do you look? Because I've just raised my awareness. I got involved in meditation because Dr. Sangeeta Sahi, I had no interest in meditation. I was a complete control freak,
Right.
complete nut boy. But what excited me, because I was so driven by money, is she explained this awareness thing through meditation. And she said, here, let me just make this simple for you. Here's an awareness through meditation you can learn when to buy or sell. Does that interest you? And my greedy, scarce, and she tricked me into meditating because I wanted to learn how to buy, when to buy or sell. But meanwhile, that's what life has been about for me, is how can I be of service and others, which is selling, and then how can I get service and value from others to fill my void, which is buying. So in the end, although I had a different vision of what she was trying to teach, understanding vibration and awareness was critical to my happiness, and it is to everyone. So please find your highest vibration, whatever that is for you. You don't have to meditate. I get that. It took me years to figure that out, but go for a walk, go for a run, sit and drink your coffee, whatever puts you
Right.
in that highest vibration, but mark it in the morning, and then also raise your awareness to when you're in the wrong direction, the wrong trajectory. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, sounds good. I think what you're doing right now, this kind of advice, it's more useful now than ever. And you're right. The little delay we got right now for baseball season is going to make it that much better once we're playing.
Oh, no doubt. And Miles and I are coming down to Amaretto. We're going to cheer the Padres on to their first World Series victory. We're going to be in the booth with you. You're going to mentor my son to be the greatest announcer of all time.
All right, sounds good, David.
Thank you. All right. Go Padres. that season will be back as soon as you know it. This is the Padres year. Uh, Ray Kroc, the San Diego Padres. I got so many great connections to that team that I love that have changed my life. Um, so that's often. Mickey Mouse is my favorite Disney employee. So I see that there. All right, let me take a question and go live. I'm gonna go a little bit over 30 minutes, and we'll kind of get to there. See what we're going. Oh, can you repeat the address, shirt size, so I can send you merch for my brand? I'm going to have to accommodate this because if it's free, it's me. Send me all your free stuff. 9900-9900 Research Drive, Irvine, California, 92618. Go ahead and post that, Jay Stone, Jake, whoever. I'll share the free stuff with you. If I like it, I'll wear it. I do it sometimes. And I do not promote or have any advertisement or sponsorship that people pay me for. So you can go ahead and send me free stuff. I'll be happy to fill that void. Here we go. Let's see what these questions are. What about the water crisis and the food crisis around the world? There's been a water crisis and a food crisis since the beginning of time. It's something that we deal with. The consumption of food will actually go down. I think I read that 40% of all food in America is wasted. I don't know if that's true or not. So in this time, if that is something that we want to solve, if we want to improve upon, we'll never solve it, but improve upon it, then let's put attention on it, put our intention into it, and allow the coincidences to happen. Let's use this time to innovate and to create new opportunities to feed the world, and also to make sure our water is healthy and clean for everyone. There's all types of different research going on. Go ahead, pay attention plus intention, and you will create the coincidences that you want. Let's go ahead and add Janet, if she's on, my dear friend from the Unstoppable Foundation. Oh, maybe not. Let's see here where she went. We'll try it one more time. And we'll go there. There we go. How to be successful without having enough capital. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. You never know with
I
these
just wanted to
AirPods.
hop on here for a minute just to say thank you for what you're doing, and also just to share that to help raise the vibration of this planet. I'm doing a free 111-day challenge to help inspire the world on my Instagram, just providing free value every single day through a post, Instagram Live. 11 actually means new beginnings. This is new beginnings for all of us. So yeah, I just really want to thank you, David. You're so awesome. Listen to what he has to say. And even if you apply one thing, like he was saying about the 4 minutes, that was actually really powerful. Thank you for sharing that. And I just wanted to ask you to please save the live so people can watch it later.
We will, especially, and you're not going to believe what my birthday is, but my birthday is January 11th, 111. Yeah, so I have all these
Because
weird
you were
things
meant
in
to
me,
bring
but
new
thank you.
beginnings to this world.
Yeah, and my name means beloved servant. So David means beloved, Meltzer means waiter or servant. So I'm
Oh
realizing and
my
being
God.
aware. I'm just here to serve. So thank you, and thank you, Jenna, for everything that you do as well to help others. I appreciate you coming
Jeanette.
on. I'm sorry, Jeanette. Thank you so much.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
I'll let the next person hop on. Okay. Thank you,
All
David.
righty.
Talk to you later.
Thank you. All right. Well, there we go. Still working on names. I apologize. I went on with Maria Bartolomo and been a huge fan of hers. I've learned so much about the stock market from her. And I had a thing with Eddie D right before Eddie Bartolo, and I screwed up the name there. So sorry, Jeanette. Thank you so much. 1111. I know. Look at that. Everybody up. 111. Warren Moon's number one. Born on January 11th at 111, believe it or not. So I've been very blessed with the number one, and incredible. Thank you, Alex. I know you're a big fan of that as well. Let's take one more question and one more live. And let's take a pragmatic question. How to become successful without having capital? Look, you can be successful without. I had a great entrepreneur, Chase Fisher, yesterday on, who started Blenders Eyewear. And he and I had a great conversation. He started with $2,000 that he borrowed from a friend. Look, it's skills, knowledge, and desire. You got to practice the skills, increase your skills, attain knowledge through all types of sources, including mentorship. And then what is the magic sauce that always exists is you have to have a burning desire to be what you must be. You must be what you can be. If you have skills, knowledge, and desire, you don't need capital. People will give you money or you'll make the money. Chase, he sold sunglasses. I think, with his 2,000, he bought 300 and sold 11. And he never quit. He just got extra jobs and got fired and quit jobs, and was a surf instructor, but he just kept selling his sunglasses. And sure enough, here he was, years and years later, an overnight success, a multimillionaire, and a philanthropist. He gives those same scholarships to kids today. So don't worry about the capital, worry about skills, knowledge, and desire. Thank you, Jake, for telling my shirt size to everyone is large. If anyone's interested, I wear a size 32 pant. I don't know my head size, but anything you want to send me for free, I either give it away, keep it myself. We have a blessing box in the office, so we put stuff in there so everybody can share in it. So if it doesn't fit, not a big deal. Anyway, if it's free, it's me. Last question. We're going to move forward from there. Last person live. Let's go ahead and get people on here. Hopefully E-Rock will be on here, like Jay Stone. Investing in your brain and your assets are key. Jim Quick's a great guy for that. If you're interested, dear friend and a genius. There he is, lying in bed. What's
Good
going
morning.
on?
Good morning.
Grass does not grow on a busy street, my brother. I love that. That's
so
awesome.
So I woke up this morning. It's my birthday, actually, and I'm coming to the conclusion that I have this sense of, you just said, when you have to be what you must be. And so I've been in a 20-year pursuit of acquiring the skills and the knowledge through practice and mentorship to be a professional musician. So I've been teaching myself all these various aspects of running the business of being a professional musician, everything from being an engineer to mastering to doing vocals myself, the whole everything. And oftentimes I look at playing 3 or 4 different roles as one person. I feel overwhelmed, and so I'm looking to hire an assistant. And I guess what I'm coming up against is I'm trying to hire people that maybe are from my past, old friends, or people that I'm assuming may be interested, and they're just not. And so I'm coming up against, I'm like, well, maybe I should just go and hire somebody in Indonesia to do but I don't want to do that. I'd rather hire somebody local. So I guess I'm wondering if you have any advice on hiring an assistant to keep me from feeling overwhelmed.
You got a value problem, my brother. And so this is a good one to end on. This is why you have to take inventory every day of your values, okay? Your personal values first, your experiential values second, your giving values third, and receiving values fourth. You need to take inventory, because what you're doing is going back and forth on your values, because you have plenty of opportunity to hire an assistant. You need an assistant. You're going to be successful. There's assistants who have skills, knowledge, and desire in varying degrees. And so what you need to do is every day, because the snapshots of our life changes, people value and put conditions and judgments on us from years past, because that's the snapshot they have of us from years past. And we have to be forgiving of ourselves for those snapshots. But you need to take a snapshot every day of your values. So when you do, it'll be very clear. Do I want to have someone that's less expensive? Do I want to have an experience of doing and growing this with a friend? But it basically comes down to, what are your values, personal, experiential, giving and receiving, and how are they aligned with the skills, knowledge, and desire that you're looking for? Because those are the 3 components of what you're hiring: skills, knowledge, and desire. You will be successful because of your skills, knowledge, and desire. Is it more important that you have a friend that must be what they can be to help you, or is it more important that you get somebody that's hyper technical in audio and you don't care who they are and they only cost 10 cents an hour to work for you? That's all giving, receiving values. So my biggest piece of advice to everybody, especially during this time, if you want to expand and accelerate, take an inventory. First, start with your highest frequency, like my friend in Amarillo. Second, take your inventory, your snapshot every day of your values, and don't be afraid of being a hypocrite. It's okay that your values change. I'm a hypocrite. If you
I
would
say it a
see
lot.
my,
I do.
I am, man. I sign every email. Anyone that knows me, I send every email unconditionally. And my business partner, Warren Moon, used to always give me shit. He's like, why do you do that? Why do you put unconditionally on every email? I'm like, well, because I can't put hypocritically, because people won't really understand what I mean. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody's a hypocrite because we're snapshots. And I think the biggest hypocrites in the world are the best people, because they're expanding and growing the most. And the people that
Because they're
aren't
acknowledging
hypocrites,
it and facing it.
and they're growing, so they're going to
Mm.
change. Where, like, if the guy starts at 5 years old with the same
Uh-huh.
values and he ends at 95 with the same values, so all his friends are like, dude, that guy's so true. He's always loved gun control. He's always loved gun control. Look, I don't need people that always love gun control. You can change your mind. This is a wonderful thing about the mind. You can grow and accelerate. So you're on the right track, brother. I know you're going to be successful. Please reach out to me. We got a lot of introductions we can make and help you. And, most importantly, take that inventory and find the right people.
Much
And
love,
fire
brother.
fast.
Thank you.
Fire fast if it's not. All right.
Okay. Thanks,
Take
man.
care. Thank you.
One love.
All right. Thank you. Much love, E-Rock. Right on. I'm going to do this again every day. We're going to go live now that I'm at home. So please tell your friends, join me, bring questions, go live with me. I'm going to do a training for everyone live tomorrow on Zoom. I'm going to take the first 100 people and do a training tomorrow. We might expand past, determinative upon the interest for that. So go ahead and make sure we reach out, give the link for the Zoom, give us your email. You can join my text community as well, where we'll put out that link, 949-298-2905. Go ahead and post it on there, everybody, so everybody can see it. It's 949-298-2905. Join my text community. Of course, I'm going to do a training tomorrow, and please, you can see that my wife is getting changed right behind me in my video, so sorry about that. What a great way to end. That link will be on Zoom for everybody tomorrow training. Say hi, Julie.
Hi.
She's way too good for me. Anyway, I love you all. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Take care.